What's going on, Wolfpack Nation? Welcome back to a new video today. I just want to say I hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving, had a great day yesterday. I know NC State has been enjoying a great Thanksgiving week dating back to last Saturday. When NC State, it wasn't pretty. It was sloppy pretty much the whole game, but they did knock off previously undefeated and 21st ranked Liberty. Wolfpack improved to 6-3. I don't know how bowl eligibility works this year, but State would, in a regular year, would now become bowl eligible with their 6 wins so far. In this game, it was a tough fight for NC State from start to finish. Prediction going in was I was expecting a shootout. Both teams have scored 40 plus in multiple games this year. I think I put 41-33 State, but obviously that wasn't anywhere near close. State didn't even get any, or both teams didn't even combine for anywhere near 41 points. In the first quarter, there was no points at all. Give credit to the defenses in this game. NC State's defensive coordinator Coach Gibson was outstanding in the game plan in this game. Coming in, facing a quarterback like Malik Willis, who had only thrown 1 interception all season. State picked him off 3 times, including one by freshman corner Aiden White. Really turned things over and kind of swung the momentum in the second half, which led to a touchdown. By far, this was State's best defensive performance of the season. They've had some tough games so far defensively, but this was just an outstanding performance, playing against a solid team. Of course, the big play interceptions in the second half again. And his dual threat ability and their play by Levi Jones shut down the transfer State held them to 2.8 yards first year playing with the pack. The huge blocked field goal to seal the deal and give State the win. It's an outstanding play. It capped off just a beautiful State performance on defense. Couldn't have been capped off any better way. Now, offense struggled. Bailey Hockman, he didn't play horrible, but he didn't have a really good game. No touchdown passes, a pick. Bam Knight led the offense. 2 touchdowns on the ground, nearing 100 yards on the ground as well. And Ricky Person had a solid game as well. And it was really the run game that kept NC State in this game and kept the offense afloat. Amezi had just 1 catch. It was a big play downfield. And even that drive, though, looked promising. It stalled out because of penalties. State had over 160 yards in penalties, 11 plus penalties. It seemed like every time they got some momentum on a big play, it was the drive was stalled out by penalties. Disappointing topic is safety Tanner Engel, a great player. He plays with such fire and goes a nonstop 100%, gives a lot of effort. He was ejected again for targeting. It's multiple times now this year he's been ejected for targeting. It's something they got to work on with him, getting him under control when he goes in to make those big hits, but boy, can he make them. Right here's that final drive for Liberty. They had the deep ball downfield on that free play that kind of set them up in the field goal range. But it was Levi Jones saving the day. He got a hand on this ball. Give credit to Peyton Wilson as well, coming off the edge, putting a lot of pressure on the kicker. And Levi got the hand on it, and NC State pulls out a huge win. It's one of the best wins I believe Dave Doran has had at NC State so far. And it's not an ACC team, but it's a top 25 team, an undefeated team. It's really impressive. Switching over to basketball, the State tipped off their season on Wednesday against Charleston Southern, bringing in the new season. It seems like it's been a long time since that March when the ACC tournament got canceled. Such a sad time for State and for sports in general. But State starts this new season off with a win. It's nice to see DJ Funderburk and Devin Daniels back. Devin Daniels led the way with 29 points. An impressive win for State, though Charleston Southern did have their best player out in this game. State just pretty much took care of business. They had 12 guys score in this game, 13 seen the floor, including 5 freshmen. One of the freshmen, Nick Farrar, out with an injury. Hopefully we can have him back maybe today in their game against North Florida. We'll see if he suits up or not, but State has a lot of depth this year. I know Coach Keese is excited to have such a deep team this year. This is something he's wanted, and through his first 4 seasons at State, he really hasn't had a deep team, but this one is definitely deep and talented at all positions. Of course, State playing today at 5:30 against North Florida. State obviously a heavy favorite, so hopefully they can pull out that win. A couple things that stood out in that game: State's defense was really active, and having a lot of guys is going to help. Guys getting tired, you can rotate in full court press, what Keats likes to do. Also notice Funderburk looks like he's added a lot of weight, a lot of muscle to be dominant force inside. And true freshman point guard Cam Hayes, you see right there in the steal and the dunk, he is going to be a special player. We needed somebody to come in and fill in and take place in a role that Markel Johnson, he dominated for 3+ years at State. It seems like Cam Hayes is going to be that guy. And possibly even Shaquille Moore, another freshman point guard who was outstanding defender, a guy who needs to work on his jumper a little bit, but he is so quick and explosive, a great athlete, and an outstanding on-ball defender. Devin Daniels, I think he's going to end up being our leading scorer. He put in 29, which was a career high. He's really looks like he's improved his jump shot. He's also a guy who can get to the rim with his ease, as we seen that last year, but definitely an improved jumper. The freshmen are going to be, some of them are going to have to take time to develop. We may see a red shirt or two. I don't know yet. I doubt it. Maybe Farrar. I don't. There's rumors around that, but for the most part, these freshmen are going to see the floor. They're gonna give them time to improve, but they all have potential to be great players for Coach Keats. So a guy to watch out for, a sleeper player for NC State, is Darion Sebron. He redshirted last year. He's now a redshirt freshman this season. A guy who has a great handle for somebody that stands at 6'7", so he could potentially be one of those backup point guards if needed. Another ball handler, an outstanding defender as well, and he is going to be something to watch and see how he develops. Could be a sneaky good player for NC State. Now switching back over to football, NC State Saturday at noon taking on a 1-8 Syracuse team. Obviously, State comes in heavy favorite in this game as well. Syracuse is the only team that State beat last year in the ACC, so hopefully they can continue that trend and knock them off again, going up to Syracuse this time around. Syracuse coming off a loss at Louisville last week, 30-0, and that 0 has kind of been a story of their season. A team had to struggle to score just barely over 16 points per game compared to State, who averages over 31 a game. And yeah, these stats look good on paper for NC State, but they're going to have to. They cannot go up there and to play half speed and just expect to walk out with a win. They're going to have to go up there and take care of business because this Syracuse team is capable. We've seen them go into Death Valley and play Clemson about a month ago and hang with Clemson for about 3 quarters and made it a very, very competitive game. Clemson ultimately pulled out the win. This is with Trevor Lawrence, the quarterback, before he was out with COVID. So Clemson at full strength. Syracuse hung with them for a while. So they're definitely capable of pulling out wins against talented teams, even though they have not and they've struggled. So this is still State. We've seen letdowns happen before, and this cannot be a letdown for State, especially against a 1-8 team. You have a chance to solidify yourself at 4th in the ACC behind 3 teams that are ranked in the top 10 in the country. You have to be able to get this win and continue to build on the season, which is becoming one of Dave Doran's best seasons so far at State. That being said, I'm still pretty confident State goes into the Carrier Dome Saturday and gets a nice, important win against Syracuse to improve to 7-3. Hopefully they can get this win, and I'm pretty bullish on the offense. Despite their kind of lackluster and disappointing performance last Saturday, they're definitely playing a defense that's nowhere near as strong as Liberty's. That's why I'm predicting them to score 45 this week to Syracuse's 17. A 45-17 win is my prediction for State. Hopefully they can crack 40 this time around, continue to build on that momentum that they had last week on the defensive side of the ball, and combine that type of defense with a strong offensive performance that we've seen State have multiple times this year. We can end up seeing a blowout win, like a 45-17 win. So that's what I'm feeling. That's my prediction. Hopefully State can get a nice, impressive win, go in there and take care of business early, and improve to 7-3. They need to continue to keep this momentum going, get a win tomorrow on the hardwood against North Florida, and improve to 2-0. And the girls got a win Wednesday as well as the guys. A football win last Saturday. Hope we can get a win today in basketball, another win Saturday in football, and keep this winning week going and this winning seasons going. So I appreciate everybody for watching this video. If you did enjoy it, make sure you hit that like button. I hope you all had a great Thanksgiving week, a great Thanksgiving day. Just make sure you tune into some NC State basketball and football this weekend and relax and enjoy it. And I hope you enjoyed this video as well. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new. And as always, thank you for watching, and go Pack.